Welcome to the Great American Epic, where we discuss The Walking Dead. One of the most fun and distinctive features of many epics is, of course, the Underworld. And The Walking Dead, our epic, obviously has one in abundance. It's not for nothing that one of the very final shots of the finale of The Walking Dead has Daryl and Carol sitting and embracing on tombstone-like benches. The title of the finale is Rest in Peace, and the implication is that everybody gone, the entire land of the dead, walking or buried, might be able to find rest in the peace of the living. History can rest in peace only when we have made good on it. And the presence of demons, to say nothing of zombies, signals, of course, the opposite. If our past is haunting us, we have failed to make of this world a promised land. What does a walker, a zombie in common parlance, signify? I think two allegories are fairly clear for most viewers. One is they represent carnality, the brute, gnawing, insatiable body given over to urges without any guidance from mind or spirit. Two, they represent a return of the oppressed, all the injustices rising up to take their vengeance on life as we know it. I love Benjamin's memorable image of the angel of history. This is the angel who, Benjamin says, tries to repair the damage of history, but sadly can never keep up with it. In The Walking Dead, it's not just that the angel of history has a hard time keeping up, it's more like it has to scramble simply to survive. Our heroes are made, not born, and they don't go on a journey to the underworld. The underworld comes and finds them. These are simple parables. We know what a zombie is. We've seen them in ourselves, in others. If ever we've behaved or seen others behave in mindless, soulless ways, that's the carnal zombie. If ever we've been a victim, unable to witness to the injustice, or ever complicit in injustice covered up, then we know that zombie too, the ghost zombie. The interesting thing about the zombie as a symbol is how it can represent at one and the same time either of these characters, which are very different from one another. The carnal has no conscience. The ghost is ready to weaponize conscience. And the zombie, in a kind of constant pirouette, represents them both. It's certainly as unique a beast as the Hydra or the Siren or any complex mythical creature. All the world's an underworld in The Walking Dead. That's one way of looking at it. You don't get to just go in and out. It's an omnipresent part of life. But then the underworld has to contend with life on Earth. It has made the journey to us, not we to it. And though it may be omnipresent, it is not all-consuming. The underworld is the one that is, in this epic, out of its element. If it is going to prevail, it will have to overcome all of the anti-monsters who dwell in the land of the living. You know, those mythical creatures like love, cooperation, conscience, beauty, compassion, a giving spirit, largeness of soul, joy, hope, grace. The open secret in The Walking Dead is that it's as much about the wholesome as it is about horror. It's as full of gospel as it is of gore. A nice example, a very simple one, is when Carl and Enid go on an ad hoc teenage date. They roller skate through the streets. and end up holding hands. There are more or less infinite tender moments in The Walking Dead. I bring up this one now only because skating on streets is not something one typically sees in an underworld.